Now, we saw voters lined up before the sun was even up this morning so they could cast their votes. It was a very chilly morning out there. This is a look at polling locations in Greenville County.
We've seen long lines at many of those polling locations since they opened this morning, and those historic voting numbers continue to climb today.
And Fox Carolina's Carrie Weimer standing by in Easley. Carrie, we know here in South Carolina and Georgia, the polls close in 3 hours.
That's right, guys. And you know, we're here at the 3 and 20 Fire Department in Easley, which is kind of close to the Greenville side. And you can see the lines here stretch all the way around. We're going to show you just kind of what we're dealing with here. People have been lined up all day at different parts of the day. The chief told us earlier that compared to the last election here, the numbers are actually increasing. He says they always get a large group, but this is definitely considerably a larger group for this election. And we know that there's a lot of eyes on what's going on right now. Of course, the biggest topic here is the presidential election, but also the Senate seat. We know that Lindsey Graham won that easily with his last election here in Anderson County, so we'll see what happens tonight. Many of the voters coming out today saying they didn't want to do absentee. They wanted to come out on actual election day just to get the feel of it and just kind of soak up the whole experience. One guy that we talked to earlier today said, you know what? People, if you don't come out and vote, that's okay, that's your right. But if you don't vote, don't complain about what happens. And that's kind of the sentiment that we've seen here and other places that we've visited today. You know, just people wanting to come out and getting their voices heard. So, of course, we're going to stay here as the evening progresses. Again, if you're coming out, keep in mind these polls will close at 7, all polling locations. So you have to be in line by 7 p.m. to be able to get inside and get your vote cast. And you see I have a little warm jacket here. The temperature is dropping as we're standing here, so as it gets later tonight and the sun goes down, of course it'll be much colder then, so you might want to dress for it. Cody, Tori?
Yeah, Carrie, have you been able to talk to any of those folks out there? What are they telling you? Is there one central issue that really got them up and made them come out there and wait in these lines to cast their ballot?
You know, so far with the people that we've talked to, it's kind of been a gamut all across the board. There's some that have specifically mentioned social issues that have driven them out, that they want to cast their ballot and get their voice heard on. Others say, you know what, it's election time. I come out and vote every election, and this is just what I'm doing again this one.
Well, I'll tell you, it's awesome to see democracy at play here all across the country. No matter what made people get off the couch or leave work, it's very exciting to see how many people have already joined that process and vote. I mean, I think before we even started today, 100 million people already casting their ballots before Election Day. Unbelievable. Carrie, thanks so much. We'll see you back here in a few minutes. And in Greenville County, it's a big race for the sheriff's race. It seems like we've been talking about this for quite a while. Now, Hobart Lewis is looking to stay in office. He's facing Democratic challenger Paul Guy.
Fox Carolina's Amber Worthy joins us live in Greenville County now, outside the Phyllis Wheatley Center.
And Amber, how are things looking out there? We don't see a line wrapped around the building, but what have you been seeing throughout the day?
Yes, so I was here early just checking out some things, and people say that earlier today, this morning, quite early, people were here just lined up into the parking lot. But of course, because of that steady flow of high absentee voter numbers, that turnout has made it a breeze for many voters today. And this is a historically black neighborhood. Both President Trump and Joe Biden have plans to cater to Black America. For President Trump, it's the Platinum Plan, and for Joe Biden, it's the Lift Every Voice Plan for Black America. I spoke with one voter who works at this center and is headed to his polling place, and he spoke about the significance of this location for this community.
Very important that Phyllis Wheatley be here for the community, as well as the community being here to vote and express their voice.
There's a steady flow of people who have qualified to vote from their vehicle if they are physically unable to walk inside. But of course, we've been talking about just people getting out to vote before Election Day. But in previous years, you were urged to vote on Election Day. But as we've seen, many people have cast their ballot before today and are waiting at home for those results. Of course, in the next half hour, you will hear from more voters, specifically one woman who's voting in her first presidential election today. Reporting live in Greenville County, Amber Worthy for Fox Carolina News.
Amber, were you able to get a sense of how voters are feeling today? Are they excited? Are they nervous? Are they just, ready for the election to be over and done with? What is the vibe out there, I suppose, in Greenville?
Honestly, people have been excited. I was seeing many people thanking each other for showing up here today, thanking those poll workers, and just happy to be here. Myself, I'm very excited, so I want to say that energy might be contagious for others. So many people are just excited to be here, Tori.
Good.
All right, Amber, thanks so much. And of course, we have some